everybody. Old guy here. Summer's here and the time is right for fighting in the streets, which apparently a lot of people are doing. Now I want to thank everyone who's subscribed to the channel and left your comments. Some of those have been very, very entertaining. And I am not going to take this time to ask for more subscriptions and likes or anything like that. No, because then by so doing that would require me to be a little more professional, and as you all know, I am not a professional. This book, Blood of Elves, I'm not really sure what it is. If it's a script, if it's a summary of the Netflix series, a continuation of the Netflix series, some book rushed. It's my windscreen, by the way. Some book rushed to print because of the Netflix series, a treatment of the video games, a book based on the video games. It's just simply not clear. Like I suspect most recent readers of this novel, I picked it up because of the Netflix series, which was my first exposure to Andrzej Sapkowski's universe. And yes, I've butchered the name. You know I usually do that. I'd never played the video games, and frankly, I do not know if any of those preceded any of his Witcher stories or vice versa. Haven't really done my research because I'm of the mind that, as I've said a million times already, media stays in media and motorcycles stay on the road, and you shouldn't have expertise in one to appreciate the other. You don't need to read The Fellowship of the Rings to appreciate the movies. Indeed, that may spoil the movies for you, unless you are grown up enough to understand that media is media and everybody stays in their lanes. Now, that does not mean you cannot enjoy the various treatments of a story, a novel or a movie or a comic book. Indeed, familiarity with differing... A little windy out here. How was I saying? Okay. Familiarity with differing media enhances the overall effect, but it should not be a requirement that you have to read the novel before you understand the movie, or whichever way you want to go with that. Unfortunately, you have to do that in this case. If I had not seen the Netflix series, this book would make no sense at all. Barely into the first chapter, I was convinced I had missed at least one prior novel, because it starts out like the second book of a trilogy, with settings already set and characters already characterized and a world already built, which is fine. I don't mind when authors simply plunge ahead and force the reader to figure out what's going on from context, like Alistair Reynolds did in Revelation Space and in Anne Leckie's Justice novels. But Elves gives you no such clues. You simply have to know what's going on going in. And I did, courtesy of the Netflix series, so I did not get lost. But be warned, if you don't do some prep with the other formats, you're going to end up on rocky shoals. Not that I didn't enjoy this novel, I did. It was a pretty good, pretty rousing read. One thing I'm grateful for, I now understand what a Witcher truly is. It's someone, usually some loser orphan of some kind, who's been changed through training and a series of wizardly herb applications into a master monster killer, which is the classical use of the term mutant instead of the term we've all come to love since Marvel took the term. And that's fine. Great. I'm glad the book made that clear. windy. But it's about the only thing made clear. Everything else depends on your prior knowledge, or you are going to be left befuddled. Almost like this isn't the first book in the series, which apparently it isn't. Now, some kind souls on Amazon have taken the time to straighten out the sequence, and you have to read the short stories and a novel called Swords of Destiny before reading this first Witcher novel, I think. It's all a bit confusing. At a minimum, you should watch the series or play the games, read a short story or so before you pick this up, even though this is labeled as the first Witcher novel, which it really isn't. I guess anything for a buck. Old guy here. See you later.